intricate cornstalk fence behind me, and there's a reason why we have the cornstalk fence here. This is called the Short Villa. We call it that because Colonel Short in the U.S. Army built it a little bit before the Civil War. Beautiful house. You see some of the details there in the back. I want to tell you the story. The house was built initially in 1859, a couple of years before the Civil War started. And I said initially, important word, because when the owner, when Colonel Short started building it, he was not ultra wealthy yet. He only had enough money to build that rectangular part in the middle, whereas the rounded facade over there, and there's a rounded part in the back, these were added a little bit later after the war ended. Well, before the war, this guy trained valiantly in the U.S. Army, but when the Civil War started, he decided, well, I'm a good old boy from the South, and I ain't gonna fight for these northern invaders. He decided to switch sides, fought for the Confederacy, and we all know how that went. Eventually, northern armies got to New Orleans, and they passed a local ordinance just for the city here that said, basically, we want to save the city. We don't want to burn it down like happened with Atlanta. And because of this, anyone here in New Orleans who had fought in any capacity for the South would have his or her house confiscated. So this guy kind of felt the heat. He showed up at his doctor's office. He goes, I'm sorry, doctor, but I've had this coughing for the last couple of weeks. I've been coughing all this yellow pus. I have this yellow pus in my eyes. I don't know what this might be. And the doctor tells him, whoa, dude, stay right over there. Don't come anywhere closer. This is yellow fever. There is no cure for it. There is nothing I can do for you. Here, actually, hold on just a second. There's a little something I can do for you. Hold on. So the doctor wrote him a humongous poster quarantining the house officially from the hospital, saying that the house had yellow fever. In big print, with the stamp, with the seal, with the signature. Threw him that poster from across the desk, just yelled at him, "Get out of my office now." Well, the guy came back over here, put his poster in his front yard. He didn't have any yellow fever. He made it up to save his house. And for the next 6 months, he kept living in the house, watching from those galleries upstairs, all the scenes here on the street. He didn't like what he saw. All these damn Yankee soldiers, he said. I don't like this. After a while, he was so frustrated, he packed his bags and moved to Kentucky. He was not from Kentucky. He just wanted some peace and quiet. And there in Kentucky, he bought a huge swath of land, planted it with corn and rye. Turned this rye and corn into a little concoction called the whiskey, bourbon whiskey. And he sold this moonshine to both the North and the South. Being that Kentucky was kind of a border state, he could easily sell it to both sides. And he made a fortune from it. After the war ended, he came back to New Orleans. Nobody had dared touch his house because it had yellow fever, quote unquote. And he moved back in. Well, with the money that he made from all that whiskey, he was able to finish the house. He built the rounded facade there, put the beautiful gardens that you see behind me. And as a tribute, as homage, as saying thank you for all that corn that he turned into whiskey, that he turned to cash, and into more house, basically, he put the cornstalk fence. That is the reason for the fence. And in modern times, ironically, another fella, this time actually from Kentucky, put a big offer on the house about 10 years ago. So around the year 2010, 2011, 2012. And he decided that New Orleans weather was maybe a little too hot for him. He decided to withdraw that offer. And instead, he bought a big villa on Lake Como. Of course, we're talking about George Clooney, the actor. He almost moved into this house. Anyway, I'll put the camera a little closer again to the cornstalk fence. It's the first one of its kind. There's a fence like this, also in the French Quarter, in front of the Cornstalk Fence Hotel. That is basically a copy. This was the first one of its kind. Cornstalk fence, wrought iron, very, very solid. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Thank you.